the people of Kenya decided that they wanted a government as close as possible to them. And let me repeat for the upteenth time that at a personal level and this administration, we support devolution 100%. You should never have any doubt as to our support for devolution. With all the, pull and push, which politics is all about. There is pull and push even between our own ministries. One ministry goes off to do something for another ministry. So these tough, little wars, if I may say, are natural in politics. You even have situations where I see the governor of Taita Taveta and the governor of Makueni. They are arguing about a shopping center. One says it is in my place, another one says it is in my place. So there is always this, these kind of things. We must never mistake those kind of things as any part of government trying to claw back or to work against the next level of government. I must admit, the governors have been very understanding, and we have also been, to the extent that we can, very forthright and very understanding. I want to encourage us to continue this spirit. Many times, I have called the chair of the Council of Governors to persuade her to see our point and even to allay some of the fears that sometimes are propagated out of context. And many times we have talked, we have resolved without any issue. Sometimes I have agreed with them, sometimes they have agreed with me, and it has always worked very well. I want to encourage the Council of Governors to continue that spirit of us working together. We will all become winners. We must never contemplate a situation where any one of us loses, because a loss by the Council of Governors is a loss of the people of Kenya. A loss by the next level of government affects all of us. The reason why we asked the Council to come and have a session with us as we have this National Government Executive Retreat is because I wanted ministers here and their principal secretaries to understand that the counties are our partners. They are not our competitors. They are our partners. And there is a very big opportunity by us working with counties. And we lose that opportunity if we don't work with the counties. I want to encourage ministers who are here and principal secretaries who are here, and say it in their presence that county governments are not our competitors. They are our partners. They are another level of government that we must work with, because the Constitution contemplates us working together. We haven't made a lot of success in some areas because we have ignored counties. It is good for principal secretaries who are here and cabinet secretaries who are here to understand. And I wanted to say this in the presence of the leadership of the Council of Governors so that you know that we view the county governments as an asset and as an ally and a partner for us in the delivery of the plan for the people of Kenya and the transformation of our country. And I want to persuade you to work with us on this matter. Synergy is important, and we must hem in and converge our thoughts, our plans, so that we can together change our country. Now, so just to allay the fears maybe sometimes you have, that we take it for granted that we are working together. We don't take it for granted. We don't take it for granted that there is a working relationship that is not toxic, that is not hostile between us. Because it gives us the opportunity to deliver on many things. Let me give you an example. When I went to Homa Bay on the housing thing, I mean, many people told me, how can you go to Homa Bay? Surely. You know, you go to the next place, people are complaining. Why? You know, these are people who are against housing. You know, but you see, beyond politics, we have a country. Kofi Annan, one time when we were having this big story in 2008, he once told us, when you see somebody talking, don't assume he's talking to you. Maybe he's talking to some other people who are not even present there. He has another audience he is addressing. So sometimes, even these statements we see from our competitors against housing, it is not that they are against housing. It is just that they have an audience there, they have to tell something.
People wanted services closer to the people, to themselves, and they wanted their leaders closer so that they can hold them accountable. So maybe I urge us and urge our colleagues, because we're on the same side. When you see devolution, do not see Governor Waiguru. Don't see Governor Ahmed or Governor Sang. We are just holding office temporarily. See the reason why devolution was actually established. Other than the issue of even resources, think politics. This country had reached a place where it was almost breaking because of centralization of power. And if we claw back everything, it may not happen now. It may not happen in 5 years. It may not happen in 10 years, but there will be a revolt by the people because we will go back to the problems that we had before devolution. I want to urge us as members of the government of Kenya Kwanza. We are all on the same side. We all, for example, support His Excellency the President. I'm now speaking first as Kenya Kwanza. And so I know it can be extremely tempting by the CSs to expand your portfolio. Because if you're given a portfolio that you think, especially if you've come from politics, that you're not going to the ground, that maybe it is limiting you, please resist that temptation. Resist the temptation to claw back. It can never augur positively on this government. Let it not be that this government is the one that clawed back. And we have worked very hard to restrain from having fights publicly. But if we are going to hire officers that can be done, to do work that is done by county officials, there will be a clash. If you're going to hire agricultural officers to supervise farmers, and we have extension officers supervising farmers, we will have a clash. Why can't we just synergize and work together? The message from the governors is this: they support your government. They are supporting the development agenda, the plan of the Kenya Kwanza, but they are urging that they be given their due space to be governors and to deliver on devolution. And I think the best way we can do that is when we work together in synergy. Look at the things that we have achieved in health when we have met halfway. The things we've achieved with cooperatives when we have met halfway. If we can just do that with the few remaining ones, in agriculture and in health, I think we can go a long way than if we started push and pulling to replicate functions and duties that can actually be carried out better by the county governments.